Good afternoon, team. We are back up and running, fingers crossed, after a bit of technical difficulties this morning. We've managed to get things up and running again. Everyone's had a bit of lunch, and we are back with a Masters last 8 on the TV mat, which is exciting.
It is quite exciting.
And the Open last 16 being played in and around the rest of the mats. I've been joined in the commentary booth, Alex Reid. Thank you very much for jumping in.
You're welcome. I was just walking past, looking for my wallet.
And there's an empty chair.
Sort of collared in. But happy to be here.
Nice. Yes, and we've got the young Dave Archer on the mat here, up against Brian Hotton in the last 8.
Brian Hotton, a previous winner of this event.
Ooh.
In 2000 and something. I want to say 17 or 18.
I don't think anyone would question you if you did, Alex. You seem to be the encyclopedia when it comes to all things bowls.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not sure where my wallet is currently, but priorities, eh?
Nice. And we have Joy and Candice on the production team as well. Great work during the break. Great work during the break to get things back up and running. But we have made the call to just give the replay camera a bit of a rest, so there won't be any magic replays this round.
That was 2017. Oh. I've just checked.
Backed yourself. Like it.
Happy days. Dave must be getting sore there.
We've been given the word that Colin Williams is the magic man behind the scenes, helping to get the technical difficulties sorted and get us back up and running. So a massive shout out to Colin to get that up and running again, so we can bring you a marvellous round of bowls.
Oh, it's always exciting when, for no apparent reason, everything stops working.
Yes, especially after having two games going pretty much without a hitch, and then all of a sudden it just stopped.
Yeah. So Brian now on his backhand. That's a good bowl. Those wondering where you can find results too, they're all available on the New Zealand Indoor Bowls website and Facebook page. If you just type in nzindoorbowls.co.nz, that is where you can find the spreadsheet.
Dave's bounced off a couple of bowls there and managed to sit right in front of the jack.
How have you found, how's the mat playing on the TV rink, Ricky? I've been absorbed attempting to win bowls, so I haven't actually had a chance to watch any of the games.
They have been drawing pretty nicely on either hand, to be fair. There hasn't really been one side that's been favoured or looked nicer than the other. But we did notice, I think in both the games that we watched, that it did take them a couple of ends just to find the line. But once they did, they'd honed in on it, especially the first game in Lorraine Phipps' match. That was a really tightly contested game, and they managed to find the line, and that was even all the way into the last end.
This could be a cool bowl here from Dave Archer. He's got the split on the blues that sit to the right of the jack. If he's narrow, it's no good, but he's not narrow. That's an outstanding bowl from Dave Archer.
You can hear the claps from the production team.
And I think a rake on the forehand now for Brian.
Bit of gardening, you reckon?
Yeah. And he's
crushed it too.
What a beautiful rake that was. Oh, an exciting first end, and 2 to Brian Hotton in this 12-end game of bowls. Wonderful little grandstand set up here, isn't it, at the EA Network Stadium.
Everyone's got a good vantage point. Even looking back over the wider hall as well to the other games going on. Brian started off fantastic there, right in front of the jack.
I have noticed on the other side of the floor that there is a slight uphill, downhill situation going on, and we would expect it to be similar here. Perhaps suggest that this direction is the uphill. So we see Brian and Dave, I mean, they're not bad bowls, right, but they are on the shorter side.
A bit shorter this time. Dave changing up his hand.
No, this is, it becomes a stressy time as a singles player because he's got no bowls past the head, so if he wants to be aggressive with his third and fourth one, it's only going to go back to nothing at the moment.
You suggesting he's got a bit of a Hail Mary play coming up, Alex?
Maybe, but a bowl past is a place to the place to start first, so Dave will just be thinking, draw to the spot.
Big enough gap there for him to get through.
Here we go. He's close. Oh, well, that's worked out quite
It's
well,
probably
really.
worked out as a maybe second option of
Yeah.
what I was looking at there.
Brian been around for a very long time. Won a lot of events in the Southland region and for the Invercargill sub-centre.
That's a nice home there.
Oh, you're 3 down. So kill's only 2 in this game, so you can afford to be playing with some positivity here.
I'd suggest this is going to be quick, right?
I'd be very surprised if it's not. Very close. Yep, lovely. Oh, his collision bowl just running away a little bit there, so he's hit it not quite right, and it's 2 more to Brian Houghton. A score of 4-0 now after 2 ends. Matthew Head's the marker.
I do like seeing people come down and marking. Obviously, always looking to get the helpers on the mats. Everyone appreciates it when someone's there to straighten the kitty for them.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's been one of the good things at this national. Certainly there seems to have been enough people to get all the marking taken care of in the singles. It's been a very interesting playlist, hasn't it, that they've had in the background over the last 2 days.
Eclectic, maybe, would be the word.
That is one word I would use. I've heard Metallica, which is not something I ever expected to hear at the bowls.
Some Dizzy Rascal being played at the moment.
And then we'll just like go into Rhinestone Cowboy or something.
Just catering to all tastes.
Yeah.
Dave here is focused.
Did he intentionally match the jeans to the blue in the shirt, do you think, or is it just a happy accident?
There's a lot of intention behind what Dave's wearing at the moment, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Entered under Waikato wearing a Thames Valley shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what message he's trying to send there.
Yeah, thrilled about it. So important that he scores, really. It's four after 2 ends, so it's still early on in the game, but Dave will be wanting to get on the board.
Yes, we talked about it in the first 2 games we were streaming as well, as the scoreboard pressure. You don't want to be chasing the scoreboard. Even if you're just picking up a 1, you want to be ticking along.
It's one of those weird things in bowls too, where he's only 4 down after 2, but he's not scored yet. So you haven't actually proven to yourself that you can score, and he's going to. It can feel very an uncomfortable space to be in. You could play 3 or 4 ends, only be 4 or 5 down, which isn't that much. But if you haven't scored yet, you don't know that you can. So it's nice to get on the board as early as possible. Hoping for a 2 here, Dave Archer. Okay, Well, I've seen more convincing bonus bowls.
Maybe that's played a part there, right? A little bit nervous, didn't want to give it away.
Oh, he didn't. He didn't.
No, he made sure of that.
I would
Didn't he?
argue he missed the right way.
But as you said, he's on the board. So now we can hopefully maybe get some momentum in himself here.
And that's a good first bowl. Remember, he played 3 short bowls and a run shot coming in this direction last time.
I'd suggest he was always looking to be behind that one then.
Amy Winehouse now in the background.
Great song.
That's a fantastic song.
Really good one to belt out live,
Yeah.
even when you can't sing.
On Matt's side, or
Oh, I could be persuaded. That's
Lovely bowl.
fantastic bowl there. I'm getting the no dice signals from the production team. I don't think singing's on the cards. Sorry guys, for those that are
They're
listening at
calling me a
home.
bad influence on the Matt side commentary group. Would encourage anyone watching too, please, if you haven't already subscribed to the Matt side YouTube channel, please do so. I think there's a bell and there might be a red button. If you click that, what it means is that every time Matt side go live, you'll get notified. So it's a much easier way to keep track of when the indoor bowls is on. And if you could share it to your social media pages too, that would be fantastic. Let people know it's here. It makes it worthwhile. Remember, the Matt side group are all volunteers. I've just seen a bowl come rolling over to us from a mat adjacent to the commentary group, and it was a black bowl, and I look over and it looks like there's actually no black bowls left on the mat.
There's 4 yellows and not a single black bowl left on the mat.
That'd be a disappointing result.
Does look like there's 1 black bowl to play though.
Anyway,
We're back.
back to the one that the viewers can see. He's just missed the entire head. Oh my god. Sorry, I mean, did someone play a good bowl?
Yes,
I wasn't.
Dave's managed to tuck one in here for an extra. He's holding what appears to be at least 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, apologies. I was distracted by the head that was going on
The
adjacent
other,
to
the other
commentary
head
group.
next to us was exciting. There's 4 yellows on the head, 1 black bowl to play, and 4 black bowls ended up off the mat.
Not ideal.
Mm.
Now, this will be an intriguing shot selection from Brian Houghton. You almost want to chunk narrow, miss it narrow, onto the blue bowls, go inside out. He's got the green for it, but yes, look, he's got options. That was a reasonable effort from Brian.
Cut it down.
Going to be 1 though to Dave Archer, 2-4 after 4 ends of 12.
Your eyes must be better than mine. I couldn't tell that was only 1.
No. Happy to help. It's fantastic when you look around. There's all these coloured bowls, and it was in the Daily Bulletin today. I think it might be the first Nationals we've had where we've not had to use black and brown sets at any point, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Vibrant, right?
Yeah, it makes it look like we're a sport that's in the 21st century. Not always the case.
Blueberries and mandarins, is it? Yeah.
You can actually play bowls with mandarins.
Can you?
They have a natural bias.
How do you know which way it is?
Well, you have to roll it once. It's usually the stem side is the bias side with the mandarin. You can have a pretty good game of bowls with the mandarin.
You chuck a grape down as the kitty? Is that what?
I used to use an apple,
Oh.
solid apple. It was with fruit and vegetables that was due to be thrown away at the shop I was at. I'll have a go on a concrete floor.
There you go.
If anyone's looking for something to do with their
Morning tea,
mandarins.
yeah.
Anyway,
See Brian here on the search.
would say he's being slightly more consistent so far, Brian? Dave's had a
Yes.
good 3rd and 4th bowl, but Brian's just being that little bit more steady off the front. Dave Archer. Look at that, that's an absolute focus.
That's a man who knows what shot he wants to play.
Oh,
he's
outstanding.
played it.
What a beautiful bowl. And he's cleverly blocked Brian's forehand with that short bowl that's in the way.
Purposeful? I reckon he's done it on purpose.
There are some bowlers who would tell you it was on purpose.
Brian's still going to give it a nudge.
He hasn't blocked him. He's given him a guide.
Oh,
Oh, goodness. Apologies. Shows you how much I've been watching in that. That's a great bowl from Brian Hotton.
it's an important bowl here from Dave.
Yep. Well played. How brave is Brian feeling? Two sorts of bowler in this world. One of them would trail the jack back for 3, and the other one would, try and play right through the orange for the same result. Some would try both.
I'd look for the orange. That'd be my bowl.
Yeah.
I'd
Same.
miss, but I'd look for it.
You're going to do that to me tomorrow, Ricky. Lovely weight he played there. He gave himself the option for both. If he'd been narrow onto the orange with that speed, it was probably worth 2 or 3. Not to beat.
As we talked about, though, it's Dave with another single. He's brought back from 4-0 after 2 to 4-3. So he's, like I said, proven himself that he can score. I have been waiting in the commentary team to get someone on I can ask a pretty important question of. Alex, what are your thoughts on 2.5 points versus 3? There's been a lot of chatter about it.
My opinion is that it should be 4 points to qualify.
Ooh.
I think if you have people going to the Nationals and you're paying good money to go to a big tournament, what is the harm in having more people qualify rather than less?
So just have it as a
So
straight
I'd
2
go,
wins.
if you win 2 games, you qualify for post-section. We no longer have 3,000 entries in the singles, so you're not going to be going to 1 o'clock in the morning. If you made it half of the 4 points to qualify, you would not add more than 1 extra round of post-section. So you would be maybe 7 or 8 games to win a national title. What's the harm?
That is an interesting take. There was a lot of comments around what's that similar theory, right? More qualifiers has got to be better for the sport.
Yeah, or you could go 5 games and 3 to qualify. You could try and do like a weird 6-round draw and see if we can get some more markers, but we don't need it. I don't know. I don't see the harm in having more qualifiers. Oh no, you've had a better day. It's like, well, what's the problem? Yesterday we had 80 in the Open and 66 in the Masters, so there's a, whatever that is, a couple of 130-ish people who had a good day. If you make it half to qualify, we could have had a couple of 100 people that had a good day.
Yeah. Well, we did see the draws. 56 people had a draw yesterday in the Open. 30 of those 56 people qualified.
Interesting.
So, interestingly, and more interestingly, 19 of those 30 that qualified had a draw in their 3rd or 4th game to get themselves there.
I think it does get more niggly when you get near the end. Like, I know I'd be less likely to play. If you know 5 points is enough and you're having a stressful game of bowls, you're actually less likely to play for the win anyway. You get to the last end or two and you go, draw's
Well,
actually...
it's actually good for me.
A draw's great news. I'm not going to play a risky bowl. I'll just try and draw a 1 instead of playing a shot for 2. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by those statistics.
No, and I think equally, what better feeling than snatching a draw from the jaws of defeat
100%.
to get yourself through, right?
Good bowl.
That's a good bowl there from Brian.
I can understand the conjecture though, and I did for a while we had six points to qualify, and draws had to be played out, and that was quite exciting from a Nationals point of view because it meant and it added time to be fair, but every round there are games that are drawn and that had to be played out, so you get a couple 100 people more than you would often watch your post section, because you're in section play of the singles, you've got 300 people on the floor, and there's a game that's being played out on an extra end. You just get this surrounding huddle of people watching these games, and it was always quite exciting, I felt.
The spectator's eyes on you puts a bit of pressure on as well sometimes.
I've felt more pressure in those games than I have in the pointy end of Nationals, because you're playing to get into post section and you're surrounded by hundreds of people who are just happy to watch the bowls. 7-3 while we've been talking. So Brian Houghton taking a lead here, one end in front.
Yes, a couple of comments in the chat there. Hazel, I think from Waihi, just commenting on a lovely shirt that Dave's wearing. Nothing to do with the fact that she's from that area, I believe. Just really likes the shirt. And Chris, yes, that is Dave from that side. That is the Dave.
The Dave. Face to the name.
You also have someone in the commentary who's on your side as well.
Well, not many people agree with me, so that's quite... Well, sorry, not on that, but just in general, I'm not used to being agreed with.
But yes,
So-
4 points to qualify seems to be an area that could be explored further.
Look, I just don't understand what the harm would be. Although, to go a step further, and no one will agree with it, if I had my way anyway, I think everything should be 15 ends, no time limit, 2-life system from the start. But I'm aware that that's a lost cause before it's even begun.
Yeah.
So
No time limit is just a bit outrageous.
And hello to James Sullivan, who's managed to find his way into a commentary chair.
How was your lunch?
Lovely. Chicken teriyaki. The lady put carrot on when I didn't ask for it. So other than that, it's pretty good.
Send it back, or
Alex is just turning me down. That's good.
What did you say?
Nothing. What's going on here? Be hot. Early lead.
Yeah, Brian's been sort of dominating the game on the draw. This is Dave's best, one of his better ends, I would say.
Oh yeah. Is it? What's the Matt doing, Ricky? You've watched a couple of games on here now, and the analyst that you are, you should have a fine handle on this surface.
I think it's been playing pretty well. To be fair,
Which one's the swing hand? You
Don't-
got no idea.
No, I got no idea, James. You're right.
Backhand turns more.
Who's backhand?
Brian. Oh, good call, yeah. I like that. So this one should swing away. And I
All
think
right. Huge opportunity here for Dave, right?
He
yeah,
needs it.
this way does look uphill as well, I think.
There's definitely an uphill, downhill bit going on.
They've been short in the other direction, whereas it seems to run on a little bit further in this direction.
I love this decision, playing this hand. You're only a small chance of slicing the jack, whereas you don't want to just chunk the blue in for no reason.
He's short.
He did feel slightly lighter than his last one. His last one was good speed, so he'll take those two, though. He'll be happy to stay in the hunt.
Just needed to close the gap there, didn't he?
How
We
good.
got Matt Heads as the marker. Shout out to all the volunteers out there doing stuff around the place.
Yes, it's always good when you just see people sticking in, doing the jobs that need to get done. Saw a couple of people, someone with no hair picking up some rubbish earlier. It was quite good. He was just doing his job.
Only some rubbish.
Yeah, I think it was just one
He's not
piece.
that good at his job.
Brian on the forehand. Did you play Brian much when you were in the South Island, James, or he's a bit further
But never.
further south? He's
All-
been in their Patterson team on and off for ages, but they were a different
Mostly
zone.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly on.
Yeah. He's all over the walls at the Southland Indoor Bowling Centre, going back to the 80s and 90s. It's just an absolute menace. What would you do here if you were Brian?
I'd be coming around that orange.
I'd try to be in the way. I'd be trying to draw a front nut under the orange and give myself a chance to be in the way.
Probably not hitting it though, or
That was probably just no good, really.
Say what you really think.
I feel like Dave's here coming in front, you reckon?
You're either a front nut or you're square weight, right? There's nothing in between. That's square weight, right?
Yeah, well played,
Go on.
good bowl. He's become a more aggressive bowler in the last 5 or 6 seasons, hasn't he, Dave?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's getting that from, if I'm honest.
I've got a theory.
Okay.
I'd love to hear it.
Oh, I would just suggest you look at the teams he's been in and around, and that might answer the question. Is it also quite good at bowls, which
That's actually
helps.
a really good bowl.
kind of look at Troy Brandon on the back end. Oh, he's given it a look.
see, old school Dave wouldn't have even looked on that side of the mat. He would have tried to draw around this one. At least new Dave is looking at punching through the blue before he picks the draw.
Considered his options. Went back to what he knows best.
It's on a good path if that's the swing hand. Just a fraction goey.
Oh, disappointing bowl. Yeah, and he did a triple head shake there.
I think he nailed the line too. So just that speed.
And the double teapot.
Usually only see that when he's playing with Sean.
If I double teapotted, it's usually
With Colin?
It's not good.
Yeah, it's got to be
Okay.
pretty bad.
Double teapot and a head shake.
9,
All right,
5,
so we go to
after
9-5. How many ends we played?
9,
Played
8.
8.
Sorry.
Now, this is one player we do have to watch with time. Dave's not exactly. He's no grease lightning.
3.5 minutes an end.
Probably closer to 4 for Dave. So
You actually, yeah,
so I think time may end up very close.
close to not getting the last end in. Brian on the. Oh, he's short.
I think Dave's now in the situation he just has to score the next 3 ends, and if he gets another end in, yay or nay. If he picks up 3 ones to lose, that's sad too.
Can we just briefly talk about Mark Appleby's look with his walking stick?
Mate, here for the
It's
He's only just
amazing.
got it.
It's incredible that he's here.
he's been on the knee bike.
Yeah. You can see him he's just to the left of Dave in the background. Oh, good bowl.
That's a good shot. I'll be interested to see, Dave will be coming through that. He's at a point in the game where he's got to score, so he's got to be looking through the head now.
Multiples.
Oh, he's
He played that lovely speed. He's just
such a fair effort.
just that fraction narrow. That's all. That's all.
So what does Brian do here? Is he looking for the middle of the square, really?
Oh, I don't even think he'd be afraid to knock on his own one. I don't think this was the plan, but it might work out
It
all right.
might, yeah.
All things considered. Or maybe not. Actually, it might just stop the kill a little and force Dave a bit quicker, which is probably good for Dave, if I'm honest.
On the forehand. Oh, he's switching to his backhand side, so that means he's going square through the shot bowl.
This is scary. Or not scary. Just gentle arriving still.
Oh,
It's
what a
close.
beautiful bowl this is.
That's
I mean, that was just about amazing. Feels like an important bowl from Brian Houghton here. Oh, it's going for a walk.
He really doesn't want to play that 12th end.
How have they played 80 ends? Goodness gracious me.
Yeah. Told you we should play 15 ends in the Open.
Yep.
The Masters just play the same time. Just take it easy.
100%.
Close here.
Good bowl.
Reasonably
And
good bowl. That.
sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you've
But
got
there's now no threes.
that much room to draw. Second
you-
shot.
Trail it away out the side for 2 if you're that way inclined.
I'd try and draw it, then
try it,
overplay
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you'd,
there's an easier way to
you'd,
get a
you'd
two here.
overplay it and somehow drop one blue out the side there, right?
I'd find a way.
Can he get down the hill?
No.
No, just another bonus bowl. He's just come up a little short. He'll be disappointed there, but he's done his job. He had to score and he did.
So we're 3 the difference, and we've got 8 minutes on the clock. 2, maybe 3 ends to go.
Yeah, it might
Likely
be tight. That was 3.5, that one.
I would say if someone walks up to the head, we've probably got 2 ends to go.
What does Zigga say?
Oh, we did get some singing in. Not from who I thought it was going to come from, but that's good.
Were you expecting you?
It's been.
Well, I got told I wasn't allowed.
We
Yeah.
tried. Great bowl from Dave Archer.
Do you listen to your instructions?
It has been an eclectic playlist.
Eclectic?
Mm.
Can I get a language of origin, please?
Latin.
Can you use it in a different sentence?
Dave
James's-
Archer has an eclectic fashion taste.
I was
I
going
like
to
it.
sense
I was
of
going to say
fashion.
James Sullivan has an eclectic fashion taste, but yeah.
I was wearing meows today.
Could I spell it? No.
This is
I reckon
that's
it begins-
outstanding.
I reckon it begins with E.
Dave.
And you'd be right.
Now, this is an interesting one.
Split.
Most people would just get down and punt through the split, but The narrow is not great. You don't want to just give away two when you're in front. I think he's played a lovely pace here, just that gentle split.
Nice bowl.
It was less effective than it could have been at a faster speed, but it was all but no risk, right? That's how the scoreboard can dictate your shot selection a lot. Not every shot can be. You can have similar shots, but you can be dictated to differently, right?
Scoreboard pressure.
Yep.
On his backhand. What a tune.
Has he found the gate? Oh, fell out.
Or falling out's important there.
What does Dave play?
Oh, I hope he flies through the blue, but
It'd be
it's Dave,
cool.
so he probably won't. He'll probably play a skilled shot.
Is the orange holding or the blue holding?
I would say it's an
It's hard to tell.
maybe a blue even. Is he going to play the little planty thing? 3 rolls. Oh, he's moved over, so that must mean he's playing the split. If it
3 rolls
holds,
on the blue.
He's close. That's
That's a
outstanding.
brilliant
That's a
shot.
fantastic bowl.
And all the mat side staff go wild.
They are keeping it unbiased as expected.
If you'll excuse the pun. Well, can Brian just play the same bowl and pop it back to the blue at the bottom right of your screen?
You can.
Is that the sort of bowl Brian would play?
Does
Yeah, I reckon
does
he's
he-
going to come down trundle on the backhand.
Back, yeah,
Just
does he
split the
go the
follow
same
through?
hand that he's...
He's a backhand trundle man. They're a common variety.
The backhand trundler.
Oh,
Oh,
that feels tight, doesn't it? Oh, he's going to play your shot by accident.
he nearly did, and he just swung half a bowl underneath that Jack was going to the back right.
Maybe he did play for that.
Well, who knows? Who knows? But what we do know is that it's 8-9. We've got 4 minutes, and it should be 2 ends, right? We'll
4
get
minutes,
it.
50 seconds.
I almost think Dave's been jogging, if I'm honest.
They sped up with all the excitement. It's one of the good things about the Nationals is the time limit's nice and generous, isn't it?
Yeah, nice, generous time limit. I like it.
It's been good to see, and it's still happening. Districts over the last few years have started bringing their district championships in line with the national championships with the time limits and end numbers, so 4s, 10 ends of an hour.
I also love the clock, so everyone knows what's happening.
Oh, fantastic, isn't it?
It's a good addition.
Found it very useful.
Saw an article in the newsletter about that today.
Did you?
It's a good read.
Pleased with the... I'm actually just pleased people are reading it, to be honest. It takes
That's
enough
a lovely bowl there for
enough
Brian.
effort that it's time out of my day. So I'm happy that people are
I think,
reading the newsletter.
yeah, it definitely keeps everyone interested. I think there was a comment about it took someone 4.5 minutes to read it instead of 4 seconds this year, which I think's a real positive.
Always good news. Oh,
Oh.
Dave.
It's a great bowl there for
I'd rather
Dave.
be lucky than good.
No, I think he played for that.
No, he played a trailer. Come on, Ricky. You're going to need to lift for the Peers tomorrow.
We've discussed the
You've
Peers.
discussed the most important game of the week.
No, we haven't gone into full detail.
We've discussed it.
Alex is
lightly.
going for 5 on the second end and killing it to go 3-1 down. And set in full panic mode.
We've already had chats that Morris has got to be allowed 6 bowls, surely.
That is incorrect. No.
Is it not handicap Peers?
No.
Emma brought her handicap.
Keep running. Keep running. Oh, good try. Got this one.
Only you can say that word, I think.
Or husband. One of
Oh,
those.
is that what you meant?
One of those words. It's all a bit similar.
Brian is very close. Get a little
Oh,
feather off the
oh.
blue. Little feather off the blue.
Oh, that's a
what
great
bowl.
shot. That's in context, that's a huge bowl.
Dave's had a glance up
Dave,
at the clock as he
I
came
don't
down.
think this is. It's not panic stations in terms of having to desperately score. You can make a 2 on the last end with your last bowl almost anywhere. It'll be interesting to see. What you can't do here is drop 3 for no reason. Oh, sorry, drop 2. Yeah, he's just playing. Just that gentle speed. Oh,
He's done it.
Just a nearly chip it. Is
He's
it?
done it.
Has he moved it out?
Must be an orange.
It's definitely 1 blue,
Can you?
except for the orange one.
Yeah, it's an orange.
I've
Can,
actually just looked straight at the head from here.
can you cannon the orange off through the blue on the backhand?
Can you camp for
Or
2
would he
minutes?
just? He just. Yeah. That'd be
But this
funny.
is the thing, right? Like you can't now.
Brian's probably the sort of bowler who'd more rock the orange, right?
Yeah,
There's a lot of
he's-
players who look at the front blue.
Ooh.
I'm surprised.
I did not expect this. As this is the swingier hand though, right?
Oh, this is an interesting mate too.
Like, he's just trying to like back his own one in.
For one.
That's a great shot.
Well,
That is a
not-
brilliant attempt.
It's the hardest possible bowl to play.
Maybe it's just easier on that hand. I don't know. We'll never know, you know.
All square going into the last.
Okay.
So all right. So we've played 11 of the 12 allotted ends. We've got a minute and a half to go. So we're playing the last end here, and nobody's winning.
We've had a comment from Lance Patterson. He'd like us to elaborate more on the clock, please.
Oh, so in the stadium, like you're seeing at the top left of your screen here, there's a massive clock that they use for like basketball and stuff. Massive on the wall, like it's probably 1/2 metre high and 1 metre wide in terms of you can see it from everywhere in the hall pretty much.
Oh, it's brilliant.
So everybody knows the time. What are these two talking about?
I'm not sure. They've hit a hug. I think Brian's telling Dave off for a toucher. Have I shown you my hand warmer? It's a very good hand warmer.
I'm
that's all saying.
more interested to know what he was talking about there.
I
think
think
he was-
I
he
legitimately
was-
think it's like you've played a toucher something.
Yeah. Might have even been telling Dave that he's, not
Needs to
supposed
calm
to
down.
be in the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the
shouldn't you
mask.
still be in the...
Shouldn't it be in the open, young one? Yeah.
Did we decide today that Dave couldn't play anyone younger than him today?
I'd be very surprised if he did. On the forehand.
Oh, it felt strange. And yet
It looks
still
good.
pretty good.
I think it just got there with willpower alone, that one. Dave just
Steered at it
he
long
just-
enough.
and the bowl's like, okay. Okay. I'll keep going. That's what I'll do.
All right, we're about to hear a siren, right? There we go.
This is close from Brian Houghton. Yeah, good shot. And sit down. Yeah, beautiful bowl,
That is
right?
a quality indoor bowl. May not be holding one. Now, Dave.
Dave
now
doesn't like it,
The
though.
first thing that Dave's thinking here is, how do I keep this one? You don't need to panic and try and chip that out. That would be less smart than not.
That's true.
I wouldn't. It's a strange one. Just because the way that blue is popping out, though, I wouldn't be afraid to squeeze it in for 3 touches. Like,
And
while
then
you've got one
do
at the
something
moment.
with your last.
But at the moment, Brian's just got to sort of arrive in there himself. Get your bowl there first is not the worst.
Uh-huh.
It's obviously not ideal. Like, you don't want.
It's a great angle
But
there
I,
we've got from
but
the
I think you
production
want to
team.
play a
Beautiful
a
camera.
front toucher block. If in theory, like the theory is you're blocking the other opponent getting onto the jack clean, or you're just playing an actual block.
Yes.
That feels actual blocky.
Yeah, he's actually... That's interesting. It's always... it scares me when we would do that when you've got 2 bowls to go.
Yeah, and you know you've got one more.
Yeah.
You'd always block yourself, right?
Oh, 100 every time.
Always block yourself.
He'd always block himself if he's got another bowl. Now, this is interesting. Because the other thing here is Brian can just mud through the front, right, and squeeze the jack back. Dave doesn't actually have a back bowl.
And then Brian's got last bowl as well.
Yeah, so Brian's got 2 chances to hit the head, essentially.
He's looking at it, though, right? Like, he's got to be looking to pop it out. Surely.
Maybe he is charging through the front one. Yep.
He's close. Gets it square. He's close. That's outstanding, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's yucky.
A bit unlucky.
Now
Oh.
this is your front toucher block.
Can you... No.
The problem is, the worst thing you can do here is draw a 45-degree side toucher and leave the easy poke. So it's pretty scary. I think you've actually got to play to sink it
Back
like
yourself, right?
6-inch trail rather than just dead nut it.
Corner of the square. On the forehand.
Yeah, because the other thing is, Brian can actually play on the forehand and just charge through your shot.
Wait,
bowl
look,
if
Oh,
he has
no.
to.
No. Well,
It's a side toucher. It could be worse. But
yeah.
it's the 90 degree, not the 45. So Brian's got a bowl to rest now here for the win.
He'll use a square a little bit, you'd think.
Nice green, nice weight. Is it here?
To win the game. He's tight, and it's Dave
Oh,
Archer's
Dave's taking it.
quarterfinal.
That's a
10-9.
great effort.
What a game of
What a
bowls
game
that
of bowls to
was.
see.
Great game.
Masters
It's been
last 8.
been lovely to join you. So Dave Archer heads through to the semi-final, and we'll be moving on shortly to a quarter.